An empty hotel lobby is an impressive display of architecture and high-end furnishings. But hospitality only starts when a guest arrives and the interaction begins. Delivering consistent five-star service depends on a specific sequence of actions that can be repeated for every arrival, rather than relying on improvisation. This sequence is broken down into 4 distinct milestones: the nonverbal setup, the verbal exchange, the digital bridge, and finally, cultural calibration. By following this chronological loop, you can step behind the desk with the tools to produce a positive first impression every time a guest arrives. In psychology, the halo effect occurs when a guest's first encounter is so positive that they naturally view every subsequent interaction during their stay more favorably. However, mixed signals can prevent this. If a receptionist says the right words but looks distracted or annoyed, the guest will almost always believe the visual cues over the spoken ones. To prevent this disconnect, execute a nonverbal setup before you speak. This requires a genuine Duchenne smile, one that reaches your eyes, along with an upright, attentive posture and steady, soft eye contact. Professional physical habits must replace casual ones. Slouching or pointing with a single finger can appear dismissive. Instead, maintain an upright posture and use a controlled, open palm gesture when directing a guest's attention. Establishing this physical alignment before you offer a verbal greeting proves to the guest that you are focused on them, building trust before the first word is even spoken. Once your posture is set, we move to the verbal exchange. Because hotels are global hubs, you must articulate your words clearly and speak at a moderate pace to accommodate international travelers. In these conversations, it is a common reflex to default to negative phrasing when faced with a difficult question, such as, "I don't know," or "we can't do that." We have to reprogram that reflex. By using positive phrasing, you offer an alternative path forward. You replace the dead end with, "Certainly, let me find that information for you." As you assist them, confirm the guest's identity and use their name early in the conversation to acknowledge them as an individual guest. This cycle illustrates active listening, which is how you confirm you understand their needs. Step 1, let the guest finish speaking. Step 2, acknowledge their concern. And Step 3, repeat the key details back to them before you offer a solution. Combining precise positive phrasing with this active listening loop demonstrates competence and ensures the guest feels their specific needs are being managed. The interaction loop extends to digital touchpoints, including welcome emails, mobile app messages, and written notes. These communications follow standard operating procedures for structure. They require a formal greeting, such as "Dear Mr. Smith" at the top, and a courteous sign-off, like "kind regards" at the bottom. Within that structure, spelling and grammar must be accurate. Typos degrade credibility and can make the guest worry that the hotel's physical amenities are managed with a similar lack of attention to detail. Treating a brief email with the same professionalism as an in-person greeting builds a digital bridge of trust before the guest arrives on the property. The final milestone is calibration. Global hospitality requires moving beyond a rigid script to adapt to diverse cultural backgrounds. Take proxemics, the measurement of personal space. Comfort zones vary significantly by global region. You must adjust this physical distance based on cultural origin, giving guests the space they need to feel at ease. Calibration also requires emotional intelligence. You need to visually identify a guest's internal state, like exhaustion from a flight or anxiety about a meeting, and respond with patience and kindness. When you successfully calibrate both physical space and emotional empathy, you secure a level of guest loyalty that standard transactions cannot achieve. These 4 integrated elements complete the interaction loop: nonverbal posture, positive phrasing, structured digital communication, and cultural calibration. It is a common saying in front office management that guests will forget the specific technical details of what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Try applying these 4 steps during your very next shift. Focus on setting your physical alignment first, and let the rest of the sequence follow. Executing these milestones triggers the halo effect, making the entire stay feel professional and personalized from the moment the guest enters the lobby.